Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Today I wanted to show you and talk to you a little about my light problem. For streams, it is fairly usual that you have a certain set amount of lights, lights that make you look nice and at the same time don't take away too much from the game itself. My personal favorite layout is where I have only a little bit of light, so I am illuminated, but that, for example, background lights like colors are still coming through. The big problem that I have right now is that for this big setup, you can see, for example, I've set up the big lights, which are just LEDs, but they're fairly decent. There are certain versions that I have big screeners, of course, as you can see here, and there are smaller LED lights. And the problem is, they're almost too strong, right? They're as bright as if you were using Discord in light mode at night. You go blind by them. But today, thanks in this box, there's finally what I need. And it's rather cheap. Maybe you want to use these lights as well. They are on Amazon, they cost 40 euros and come in the pack of 3. And they're super easy to control. So let's set them up, build them, and I'll show you what the cool features are. As you can see, they come with these very cheap microphone arms. I actually have one of those next to my DJ set. As you can see right here, this is a rather cheap setup, Not that sturdy big springs here, but it does the job. This is a very light microphone and it just keeps it in place. The same microphone arms we have here now for our lights, and you can just screw them on. So let's put one together quickly and I'll show you how it looks like. So as you can see here, this LED panel does not have many LEDs on it, but surely there are enough. And if you compare those to the other light that I have, again, they're really fancy, they're really strong, but just too strong for what I need them for. This will be more than enough. And that, my friends, in the end, is just a light. It can go very high, above definitely any standard monitor. I, of course, have an extra setup at the back end here where a second row of monitors is even higher than that. I gotta figure out the trick with that, but they're USB power basically, so you can connect them with any, phone charging adapter if you want to. And it looks like this. And I have to say, they're great. There's also a full set of screens included here, 4 different kind of versions for whatever mood you want to set. I will always go, of course, with the standard white, just to have a little bit of a white box effect, and also just the diffusing effect of this basic white screen, will not blind me directly. But what I really like about them is not only that they are cheap, and you can put them anywhere you want really with this setup, they can also go much, much lower. Like so low, they basically don't count anymore. And that's actually great for streaming, because that means we have, flexible lights that can directly shine at you all the time with the same intensity, but you won't be blinded and you won't have very sore eyes after you've been, shown on the whole stream for like multiple hours. Let's actually put it into test and put all these lights off here and only use this one, and I'll show you in contrast how that looks then. Right, so you think for this view right now, this is way too little of light, but as you can see, actually this light, I can directly look at it at least without going blind, and it has a fairly decent amount of light that the camera can censor. And if I go just one step higher, it's already much more. But what you also see is my background is now fully viewable. You can see actually that there is color in the background, such as here behind my chair. And if we were to change the view around to my usual webcam layout, it looks like this. So this is my usual webcam layout, and we're still on the same setting that I had with the DSLR. But as you can see, if I just drop one level, again, for me, kind of comfortable to look at, my face is fully, illuminated. And if I add a second light further distance away from me, but directly showing at me, it actually will be detected rather well on the webcam like my Logitech Brio. And what I personally still like about it is that, as you can see in the background, the LED strips that I have put in place here, they're actually coming through as a room effect. Even the small LED like that I have in the corner, it adds to the whole room feeling. And of course, if you see it in a full layout, it looks like this. There we go. This is, for example, my synthwave layout that I bought from Nerd.I, and the colors that I have in real life are really harmonizing with what I have. And you can actually see me. And this is the lowest light setting that's possible on this. And I personally think it adds really so much. Plus, again, this is very close to my face. And it does not blind me at all. It's rather comfortable almost. If I put just one more light, as you can see, yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit more distracting now, but it's more than enough power. And this is the maximum strength possible. But surely, it's enough for the DSLR to finally level out. You can definitely see with the DSLR what's actually good of my face here. It's almost a little bit too bright, I think. there. As you can see on the DSLR, actually, you can still see enough of the room and my face, but I think it ruins a little bit the mood still. Because especially from the angle that I have usually up here, that's completely botched now. If we were to level it down, of course, the webcam, it looks much better. Well, there we go. If I take the webcam gain all the way down, all the backgrounds doesn't come forth anymore. The LEDs that are in the room here that my natural eye can see, they're completely vanished. So I want to have the lower settings, squeezing a little bit the gain, and there we go with the mood restored. It's maybe a little bit too dark almost. But yeah, as you can tell, again, this gives a total different feeling towards the stream because there is much more light. And if I want to make them even colorful, I mean, I can just add the color lines like this and give me even tonal accents. So only one side, for example, comes on with white light, the other side comes on with a colorful light, and that, of course, also sets the mood in the end. Yeah, this really does not get picked up anymore from the Canon. Like, I have to really increase the ISO on the DSLR, and it does not look good anymore. All right, let's put it all into a situation where it actually belongs, then I'm going to show the final comparison. And remember, guys, these are not expensive. These come in a pack of 3 for around 40 euros, at least here in Germany. And I have to say, again, for the flexibility that they offer, they're really nice. You, of course, need a USB port open, or you need like a phone charger that you can plug somewhere in there, and then they'll work. But I personally think this is a bonus. Just remember it when you buy them, that you need either a USB port that can support it, or you need a phone charger, for example, where you can just put it in there directly into the wall. All right, and here we are. This is the final situation where I wanted to have it. One light is all the way over the right, one light is all the way to the left. And they're both actually on stage 2 out of the menu that they have. I can go lower on these, so it's a bit more moody. I found out that the second stage, which is a little bit brighter, it's still not annoying enough because my view will be in the center here and the lights will actually be further out, you know, on my peripheral view. So they won't be shining directly into my eyes. I can still focus on the main screen that I need to, but for sure, I get the benefit, of course, having these lights here surrounding me, and they keep me illuminated at all times the same level. I was earlier depending on games from this monitor that I have in the center here to illuminate me a little bit. Now it doesn't matter anymore what game I play. I always have the same static lights to my sides here, and it won't burn out my retinas. But yeah, as you can see here, this is how I set them up. It's fairly decent actually. This light here on the side is on the wall plug, thanks to a mobile adapter that I use with USB, of course. As I said, it's necessary sometimes. And the other one behind me is directly connected into the PC, where I had another front USB open anyway. And this situation keeps me perfectly illuminated. Again, thanks so much for watching, of course. I hope you liked it. I hope this will help you maybe find your situation if it's for you. These are definitely cheaper than the Elgato Key lights. Of course, they come with way less features. But hey, in the end of the day, these lights need to be strong enough so they can help, of course, support the stream, which they definitely can, just with USB connection. And they also need to be, you know, just there, static. There's not much of them required anymore. Of course, with Elgato Key lights, you can set all kind of different modes, and you can control the stream deck. Here I have one remote at the end of the day, on, off, higher, lower. Honestly, I don't need much more. This is perfectly fine for me. I think that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day and bye-bye. Yeah, it's definitely better than Discord at light mode.